You cry when your oat milk latte is 2 degrees too cold. You go to
Bruh.
therapy because someone left you on red. But 5,000 years ago, your ancestors were built like literal tanks. You have a headache. Does your doctor give you ibuprofen? A nap? No. He looks at you, pulls out a piece of spicy volcanic glass and says, "Bruh, your vibes are mid. We gotta install a sunroof in your dome to let the demons out." And the craziest part? They didn't just survive. They slayed. 80% survival rate, 0 anesthesia, 100% main character energy. Today we're talking about trepanation, the OG brain rot. If you think you're woke now, wait until you see how they literally opened their third eye with a rock. Let's get unhinged, period. Okay, let's talk about the hardware store situation. Imagine a world before stainless steel, before hospitals, and before YouTube tutorials. Your surgeon, who probably hasn't showered since the last ice age, pulls out a piece of obsidian. Bruh, this isn't just a rock. Obsidian is volcanic glass that's sharper than a modern surgical scalpel. It's the final boss of geology. They had 3 ways to give you that enlightened look. The cheese grater, scraping. They just scraped your skull until they hit the pink stuff. 1/10 stars, would not recommend for the weak. The manhole cover, grooving. Carving a circle like they're trying to pop a lid off a jar of pickles. The bow drill. Imagine starting a fire, but the wood is your forehead. The sound? No cap? It's a nightmare. And remember, no sleepy juice. You are wide awake, staring at a cave wall, listening to the crunch of a rock in your bone. That's not a medical procedure. That's a spiritual 1v1 with God. Why would anyone agree to this? Was it a prehistoric prank? A TikTok challenge gone wrong? Archaeologists think it was a massive vibe check. Back then, they didn't know about science or bacteria. If you had a migraine or you were acting Seuss, the diagnosis was simple. There's a demon living rent-free in your head, and he needs an exit door. Literally. They thought by drilling a hole, the evil spirits would see the light and peace out. It was the OG cleanse. Instead of a $15 green juice, they gave you a skull sunroof. But also, war trauma. If you got hit with a club during a beef with a neighboring tribe, your brain would swell. These cave surgeons were low-key geniuses. They realized drilling a hole relieved the pressure. They were practicing neurosurgery in the dirt while everyone else was still trying to figure out if fire was edible. Absolute legends. Here's the part that's going to leave you shook. You'd think the survival rate for rock-to-brain surgery was 0%, right? Bruh, wrong. Archaeologists found thousands of these skulls, and most of them show healing. The bone actually grew back. In ancient Peru, the survival rate was over 80%. 80%. That's higher than some hospitals in the 1800s. Imagine walking around the village with 5 or 6 holes in your head like, "Yeah, I've had a lot of demons lately, it's a whole mood." They knew which herbs were anti-sus, antiseptic. They used cocoa leaves to numb the pain. They were out here playing Grey's Anatomy in a cave and actually winning. We've evolved backwards, I'm telling you. Trepanation wasn't just a local thing. It was a global viral trend. Everyone was doing it. Europe, Africa, Russia, the Americas. It was like the ice bucket challenge, but with 100% more scalpels. In some cultures, it was a status flex. Imagine walking into the prehistoric club and everyone sees the hole in your head. It says, "I'm a warrior. I survived the drill. I'm built different." It was the ultimate tough guy tattoo, except the tattoo was a literal window into your thoughts. Some tribes even kept the bone circles they cut out as charms. They'd wear your skull plug as a necklace. Talk about gatekeeping your own DNA. That is some top G energy right there. So what did we learn? Our ancestors were absolute savages. Be grateful for ibuprofen. Don't let demons live rent-free in your head. Trepanation is a reminder that humans have always been willing to do the most unhinged things to feel better. Whether it's a rock drill or a $1,000 crystal, we're all just trying to fix the vibes. But seriously, don't try this. There's a community of modern trepanners today who still do this. My advice? Just drink an espresso, bruh. You don't need a sunroof to be woke. Thanks for watching. If this video opened your mind, literally, smash that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment. Would you have survived the drill? Or are you an NPC who can't handle a paper cut? Catch you in the next one. Peace.